Hello and welcome to this Pell 5-minute short on Capre user calculations. So this has been lurking in Capre for a little while, but sort of it lurks in a menu and not everyone will have seen it or known about it. But if you go over here in the utilities, there's this little button here called user calculations, and you may wonder what that is. And the concept behind that is it allows users to create their own templates, their own standard calculations, and just pull them in to Capre as and when they need them. So if you do have specific spreadsheets that you've developed, it's your IP, you wouldn't want to spread them around, but you want to make sure people can use them, it's easy to use, easy to find them, then this is what this function is for. So as a little demonstration of how it works, if I press user calculations, what that will do, a little box appears, and I can choose one, I could choose all 4 of these, I can press OK. It will twirl a little bit, Capre fires up, and then what it's done is brought in those sheets. So these sheets we formatted to look like Capre sheets. So we've done the yellow for the input, the green for the calculations, but you can see that's a typed in formula. So it's not the same as a Capre function, but it looks and feels just like a sheet. And where you might sort of find those sheets, if you do administration, continuation sheet, that gives you your blank sheet. So you could, if you want to make it look like Capre and write the rest of the Capre sheet, then you can use that to develop those sheets. What you might also want to do is you might have a series of spreadsheets, and you may have links between the two. So you want the value or the answer from one sheet to flow through to the other. Again, the way the user calculations work now is if you bring those sheets over as a block like I just did, it will keep those links, so you can set up a series of calculations. It doesn't have to be individual ones, you can bring them all across. So having convinced you this is the most marvelous of features, you're now wondering, how do I make this work? So you need to go into the back of Capre a little bit. So if I bring my Windows Explorer across, if you go to your users, so C, look in program file 86, Pell apps Capre, so just go through the file structure. What I've had in here is something called Capre user templates. So it's not there, you can create it with that name. Talk to the help desk, we can create one for you, but it's just an Excel sheet. If I click in there, this is the sheet. So the first sheet, it needs to say that kind of helps with the coding. Don't touch that first sheet. But then we're adding in these separate sheets. So you can see here, these sheets are there. And I could add another sheet. So I'm going to add another sheet in here. We're going to call it demo. And we're going to just put in here, this is a demo. And I can save that. So what you would want to do is someone needs to create this workbook, create the sheets, save it, and then you'll need to pass it around to the users who need to use it so they can insert it into the back of their Capre with that file location I showed you. So it's a little bit manual from that point of view. If you update it, you'll have to send out updates. It's not like an automatic thing. Well, let me just close that again. And then we'll see if this works for the user calculations now. We're going to twirl and twirl and twirl, but now we've got this new sheet called demo. I'm going to select that. Not the most exciting sheet in the world, but it's there and it works. So hopefully that's a really little useful feature that you can use. Really good for that QA side of standard calculations, making sure it's easy for people to pick up a fresh copy, not the one they used last time, certainly not the one they used last time and tweaked it a little bit. Really useful for that QA side of things. Thank you very much.